In this lesson, we'll cover how we can configure currency data inside Sage CRM. To illustrate this, I'm logging on first of all as a user. So I've logged on as Susan May, the sales manager, and I'm going to navigate to an existing opportunity. We can see in this existing opportunity that the customer has been quoted in euros. So the total quote value and the forecast value are expressed in euros, but there's another figure shown below this in US dollars, showing the preferred currency that Susan May wants to work with. What we see here is this idea that currency is being converted from euros to dollars, from an actual recorded value in currency, and then a translated value into another preferred denomination. Now, the individual users can, underneath preferences, change their preferred currency. So we can see here that Susan May has set her currency to be US dollars. Now, the calculation takes place by triangulation through what's called a base currency, and we need to start now by looking into the system administration screens. So I've switched over here into the administration screen, and I'm going to log on as the system administrator and go into the administration screens where we can start to look at the data management section. So I've navigated into administration, data management, and I can start to see there are two relevant screens for me, the currency and the currency configuration options. So I'm going to select the currency configuration first of all. Now we can see it's here that it determines what the base currency of the system is. Now, I installed this while I was working within the UK, so the base currency has been picked as being UK, but at the point of installation that can be whatever you need it to be, and subsequently it is possible to change the base currency away from that, though that will require a little bit of thought because you'll need to change all the rates that are being used. But it is possible to change to another currency, and I'll look at the currency setup in a moment. But another point is that if you do want to allow the triangulation of one currency with another so that a user is always to see the actual quoted values and order values in their own preferred denomination, then you need to make sure that is single currency is set to be no. If you are only working in a single currency area, then that's obviously, you can change that to support that. But if we now switch across into data management and then down into currency, it's here that we can start to set up additional currency informations and change rates. By default, the system ships with 4 currencies installed for demo purposes, although if you're working with any of the ERP integrated systems, these are going to be changed. We can add our own currency information if we need be, and so if I wanted to add in a value, then I can choose a new value by simply putting in the appropriate value code. So I put in the ISO symbol, determine the precision that I want to work with, and then specify the rate. So I don't happen to know what the rate for the Mexican peso is. I'll just choose that as a temporary rate at the moment, but we can see that it has entered in its symbol and description goes in. If we want to add in other or change information, we can. It's updatable manually, and here you can see that we can change the symbol, or we can change the precision, and we can change the rate that we're using for our calculations. So change of the currency information is manual. So that's the idea of the control of the currencies, and this is the origin of why we can see that our individual values that we see entered into the system can be then triangulated onto another currency. So it's recorded in euros, goes through the base currency in my system, which was GB pounds, and then redisplayed according to preferences to dollars.